Welcome, Loveline, with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Would you sleep with sick women?
I may be pregnant, but I'm still a man.
Thank the unruly one.
It's indecent, it's vulgar, it's blasphemous.
I'm gonna ride you till you can't stand up.
Come on, let's go down.
All right, keep your shirt on.
Loveline is meant for an adult audience. Loveline may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion is advised. Here's Loveline with Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla.
Hey, it's Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Phone number for Loveline, 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number 310-854-4455. Dr. Drew is a board-certified physician and addiction medicine specialist. Tonight our guest is Elise Neal from Scream 2. Welcome.
Midnight Scream.
I have not seen Scream 2 yet, and I can tell you that Dr. Drew most certainly hasn't, and probably never will, because he's not even seen The Shining.
Oh.
And if you're going to see scary movies, he's got to go back about 20 years and
you got to start with The Shining, and Carrie, and work your way up.
I mean, you got to work your way to Scream 1.
Exactly.
Which I did see.
Which I did not.
Now, at least you weren't in Scream 1.
No, I wasn't.
I don't recall, unless they got you part as an extra or something.
No, nothing like that. I was not in the first one at all.
But you're in part 2, which apparently broke box office records for releases in December.
That is so true.
Is that true?
It's amazing. Yeah, the highest grossing December opening ever.
Which sounds kind of impressive to me, because I thought the big ones came out in December, right around Christmas. Isn't
Titanic just came out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that may break this one.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe.
But see, this is sheer genius. I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. You know, the Titanic, $200 million.
Yeah.
Right.
Scream, I don't know what it was made for, $20 million, something like that.
Around in there, yeah.
It grossed, like $35 million the first week.
Exactly.
How?
Bang.
You already paid for the movie.
Yeah.
And now the second week and the third week, and then video
It's just all
and
cake.
all the ancillary stuff and foreign markets, it's just so much gravy. Although when they check the books, they still will not have turned a profit 3 years from now. But I'm guessing you didn't get the profit-sharing deal anyway.
No, damn it.
Yeah, it's fine, because they'll balance the books. Coming to America still hasn't made a penny. According to whoever made that one. But this is genius, because you take people that people want to see, young, good-looking people, and you have a guy with a cape chase him around with a knife. Everyone flocks to the theater. It doesn't cost you anything. I mean, the effects, as far as the guy goes, he just has like a dime store mask on and a cloak, and he chases people around, and they make tons of money.
Bada bang.
Yeah, this is genius. Now, tell us about your part.
Okay, well, in the first movie, if anybody's seen it, it's, there's always the sidekick to Neve Campbell, the understanding friend, and that would be me in the Scream 2. I'm her roommate in college. A couple of years later, I don't know anything about what happened to her in her, past life or whatever, but I started noticing all these crazy things start to go on, and I'm like, oh, that's okay. I'll just be there to support you, until I get killed.
Oh, you get killed.
Yeah.
How early into it do you get killed?
Oh, I won't say that much.
All right. But you get killed
yeah, I mean,
very
the
brutally?
movie's out, I can talk about it now. No, not really.
No. But you get stabbed, don't you?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, they don't kill you with carbon monoxide
No,
or
but
something.
I wanted it to be a little...
That's going to be my movie, The Carbon Monoxide Killer. Everyone,
wanted
into
it
the
to be a
garage.
little more-
Here's some reading material. Just relax.
I wanted it... See, I've never died on camera before. I wanted it to be...
Oh, I've died on stage many a time. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
But, no, I wanted it to be, like, bloody and, I don't know, slashes everywhere, and it wasn't. It was just kind of like, oh, okay, she's dead.
Now, do they shoot... I know a lot of movies, they don't shoot them in order.
Right.
So if you die at the beginning or die in the middle, you may not shoot that scene until toward the end of the movie.
Right.
Is that the way it worked with you?
No, I think Wes was a little smarter than that. I mean, a lot of people go out of order, and that's just the way it goes, and you have to kind of try to stay true to your character and remember what you've already shot. But we were fortunate that most of anyone's death scenes happened at like their last week of work. I think it was just to kind of make it have...
It's very symbolic.
Yeah, it's kind of symbolic and make everybody have like a cool end to work. Like that'd be your last thing, and you're done.
Right.
And that happened for me,
because
too.
it'd be hard to act if someone killed you like 3 weeks ago. I couldn't find my implicit cue that way, Drew. You understand? All right. All right, we'll go to the phones.
Stanislavski.
But here's what I always wanted to know about
What is it?
these scary movies.
Yeah.
I always thought, you know, when I'm watching the movie, I'm cramping in my pants, and I'm thinking, Jesus, this is scary.
This
and
is
then
too
I'm
much
thinking,
information for me.
then I'm thinking, I'm making, oh boy, you're in for a long night. I haven't even got to the penis yet.
Oh, shoot.
I think to myself, now this is really scary, and it's got the music and the lighting and everything, but when you're on set, I wonder, is it scary? I mean, the guy's still jumping out of the closet, and he's still wielding a knife, and
Is it scary as it appears?
Well, I know it's not as scary as it would appear, but are you still, screaming?
Well, you kind of hit it right on the head. I mean, it's like you said, it's not as scary as it appears, but it's a real element. I mean, a lot of movies that are done now with a lot of effects, you're looking at a green screen and somebody's holding up a pencil, like, follow the pencil, you're scared now.
Right.
I mean, but this guy's actually there, and he's in the costume, and he's really got a knife.
Right.
And you just react on your instincts.
Right. I don't want to ruin it for the moviegoers, but same actor does the voice as runs around in the hood.
What?
Same actor who does the voice on the phone.
Yeah.
Is he the same guy who kills people?
Is he the same?
What? The same actor, you mean?
Yeah.
No.
No. Okay. I knew it. Clay.
Hey, how are you guys doing?
Good. You're 24.
Yeah, I wanted to start off by saying I think you guys are the best thing on radio right now.
Thank you.
And I love your show, and I have a couple questions.
Go ahead.
When I was younger, my parents were hippies, and I was on a kind of a commune for maybe a year or so. I was about 5 years old, and my sister...
It's going to be a long night for Elise. I can see that right now. Are we getting into like an incest question?
Yeah.
Right off the top?
Yeah.
Oh, Drew,
Right.
please. You couldn't start with any softballs?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, would you guys mind waiting just 5 seconds for me to move into the phone in my room?
All right, hold on. We'll put you on hold. All right, we'll get back.
Oh, Jesus.
Drew, you know our guess is, even though she was killed in a horror movie, it's a little bit
my
squeamish.
goodness.
Oh,
Here's a slow ball.
This show's scarier than any movie that's ever come out of Hollywood. This is scary real. Charlie.
Yes, hello.
You're 18.
I am.
You work at a kennel.
Drew, your credit to the medical profession, and Adam, my friends and I think you're God.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, humble servant.
Elise, you were great in Scream 2. Saw that a little while ago.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
What's going on, Charlie?
My question is, I'd like to know the best way to start a new relationship.
Are you in an old one?
No.
You just want to meet someone and start a relationship.
Well, I met someone today. My friends and I were at the mall today.
And you want to turn that into a relationship.
Yeah, well, I'd like to, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Elise?
Yes.
You just meet somebody at a mall? How could they go from mall meeting to relationship?
Well, wow. Did you get her number?
Yeah, I have her number.
Okay, well, then you're off to a good start. So have you used the number?
No, I was going to call her tomorrow.
Would you advise a guy be thinking about already jumping into a relationship, just having sort of made contact in the mall? And would you necessarily advise him to call the next day?
Yeah, I advise all people to call right away. I mean,
You do?
Yeah,
I like that.
this myth about, let me give it a couple of days. Okay, in a couple of days, she might meet the man of her dreams,
Well,
all
do
right?
you mean, like, call the same day you get the number?
Sure, why not? It could be a surprise. Most guys like to hold out, so you could be original.
I've been known to call from a payphone just 100 yards away from where we met. Okay. All right,
You
Drew.
have something in your hand at the time.
Please, I got to get some audience in here.
Adam, we heard about you singing Sky High at a Fat Burger.
Yeah.
A bunch of friends of mine did that at a diner.
See, it's started
catching
a
on.
trend. Somebody did this last night. Yeah, the fabulous Jigsaw song. Hey, Engineer Mike, you still have that around? No, it's at home.
It's at his house.
Okay, that's a good, what,
Well, Charlie,
100
look,
steps away?
Don't
Yeah, that's the end of that.
Don't dump all your expectations on this poor young lady. Let her know you're interested, but don't come on like a freight train. You can really scare people with that neediness.
Yeah, that was my big concern, is not wanting to, like, bum rush her.
How did you get her phone number?
Well, actually, a friend of mine set us up. He knew the girl. He's known her for about a year. And he thinks that we'd be good together. So, actually, he got her number.
Right. See,
And
that
I thought you got the number.
that is a far cry from her giving him the phone number.
Yeah, well, she said she wouldn't mind if he gave me the number.
All right. So that's about 2/3 of the way home.
Yeah, so, I can tell that she's somewhat interested. I just don't
All right. Well, why don't we give her a call right now?
It's a great,
Right now?
great idea.
This is a great idea. Yes, we'll get it all out in the open. She'll be, after all, hey, you look at me as a god, Charlie?
I certainly do.
Surely you'd want your God involved with this process. Lord knows I'd prayed many a time when calling a young lass.
Right.
Why don't we just call her up? We have Elise here. She's a up-and-coming actress and can offer the feminine point of view. We have Drew over here who can offer no point of view, and then there's your God.
Off the subject a little bit, I wanted to ask Elise, what's it like working with Wes Craven? Because he comes off as a really intelligent guy.
Well, that's exactly what he is. He's extremely intelligent. He's actually got a nice little quirkiness to him. He's a very, very sarcastic, funny guy. I liked working with him a lot. He's a great director.
That's cool.
All right, Charlie, quit dancing.
Sorry about that.
All right, we're going to put you on hold. We'll get the number, and then we'll work it out with Sherry and Lisa, the phone screeners, and we'll talk to her. All right? We'll get it all settled.
Reasonable.
This is the first day of the rest of your life, Charlie.
Okay.
All right?
Go for it.
All right. Charlie?
Yes.
You understand?
Yeah, I
This
do.
is your God speaking.
Okay, thank you, God.
Don't make me go to the reverb sound effect and really
please don't go
drive
there.
home the God thing.
I'm not ready for that. No, I'm not ready
Hold
for
on,
that.
testing. One, okay. All right, Charlie. We'll put you on hold.
Okay.
We're going to come back and talk to her and you.
Wait, okay.
Yeah.
No, I can't hang up the phone and call her because I'll lose.
No, we're
you
going to take
can't.
care of that.
We're going to put you on hold.
You just hold on for a second. Someone will
Nice
come on the line.
Loveline operators will take care of you. Okay?
Thank you.
All right. And as your God, if you chicken out, Charlie, I will put a curse on you so that what happens, Drew?
A locust will swarm around your house.
Yeah, more than one, and that your head will grow in the ground like an onion, and your teeth will fall out, and in its place, what, Drew?
Hair.
Hair. Imagine eating corn with hair. Okay.
Oh.
Wow.
Bernard.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Hey, you're 17. What's going on? Hey, what happened to that call that was... Oh, right there. Okay. I'm sorry, Bernard. Go ahead.
All right. About on Saturday, I went over to my girlfriend's house, and we had sex. And when I looked in the condom after we were finished, it was like blood mixed in with the semen.
That can happen not uncommonly, and it doesn't necessarily mean anything drastically wrong.
That's that Thousand Island syndrome.
No, it can be infection. It can be just a spontaneous event that has no meaning whatsoever. Do you ever have blood in the urine?
No.
Okay. But it is something that's worthwhile having a doctor evaluate. Very occasionally.
Who does the doctor evaluate? I see, because it was in the condom. It was in the condom.
Yeah.
It's from the semen.
Right. Okay.
Hematospermia.
I think of that may have triggered, like, because my recruiter came over. I'm in the Marine Corps, and he came over, and we went jogging, and I thought maybe that.
Yeah, it could have, but rather than us speculating, you've got to get it checked out to make sure there's not a growth or something that's triggering that. Make sure there's not an infection, but it's unlikely. It's a very common thing, and it's usually associated with nothing much at all. Okay?
I had blood in the urine once from bouncing around too much.
Blood in the urine is
but I never had it in the semen.
Different.
You had what? No, not you.
Yeah, me.
He loves talking about this. He had.
No, I don't.
Yeah, because it's that is a diagnosis of exclusion. You don't tell people if they have blood in the urine it's because they're doing too much physical activity. That is the diagnosis you arrive at after you've ruled out 100 other illnesses.
I see.
Okay.
And because I hadn't been sexually active for 14 years, they
made it easy.
They made it got right to the part where I was jumping up and down too much alone. I think there's a name for that. So, but here's what I'm saying, Drew. Can you get blood in your semen from jumping up and down as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a little different, but yeah.
All right, but young Bernard ought to get himself checked out anyway. Okay. Shall we get back to
Charlie?
Clay?
Real quick, finish that.
Charlie. Is she back with his girlfriend?
She's not around.
Oh, boy. Charlie?
Yes.
Oh, hold on a second here. Charlie?
Yes.
My son? Hold on. Let us pray to me.
No, let us not.
Okay, I'm done. All right. Thank you, Mike. Hey, Mike, aren't you supposed to go get that Jigsaw CD? Are you back? No. So, Charlie, what happened?
What happened?
She's not there. She wasn't there.
Shush, she's lying.
Yeah, well, your operator got
Lisa
her
did the
phone.
calling.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
I'm omnipotent, Charlie. Remember that.
You're impotent?
Shush up.
I'm impotent.
I'm numb. I mean, I'm
omnipotent, right?
Shush up. What's going on? You gave Lisa the number?
Yes, I did.
And she called?
Yeah, well, apparently she's calling now.
No, there was no one there.
Oh, there was no one there.
I told her I wasn't sure if it's a good idea because I know she works an early shift.
All right, what did Sherry find out? Sherry?
What,
No,
Drew?
not home.
She called and they're not home, right?
Oh, come Sherry.
No answer.
No answer.
Okay.
Oh, she's
Drew, did you have
sleeping.
to check that?
Well,
Okay.
They're correct.
Drew, why did we have to go back to the person before we had a definitive answer? That's my
because we're
question
done.
to you.
We're done with the
Let's
call
not
now.
quarrel.
Yeah, but we didn't know we weren't done because you had to go check with Sherry. Goofball.
Charlie, sorry we can't be more help.
I'm sorry you had to hear that tirade by your God. It must have been upsetting.
I would like to thank you guys. for
Judas?
trying.
I'm sorry.
This is nice of you.
All right, but listen, make the call.
Yes.
Check it out. Don't be too needy. Don't be too clingy, and don't be over anxious. Just see how it evolves.
I give you the power of 100 men or one of the Sheen brothers. Okay? Go forth and don't procreate. That's going to be my rallying call as a god. Clay.
Hi. Sorry about that, moving rooms and all.
That's all right, Clay.
Anyway, I learned about sex at a real young age. And
What does that mean?
You're 24 and you grow up with a hippie family.
Yeah.
Right.
What happened at a really young age?
Well, my sister, when she was, I guess, 7, she's 2.5, 3 years older than I am. She met a bunch of other little hippie kids, and they just like showed each other's things to each other, and I guess they started touching and stuff, and eventually my sister and I did it.
Yeah, showing and touching is not terribly abnormal, but having it in a sexual manner means an adult has entered into the equation.
No, I'm telling you, Drew, it doesn't. These people were hippies in a free love communal type environment, and they just kept going with stuff.
And but the adults kept going with stuff. That's why they were there with the kids, and thought it was great to sexualize the kids, and that's the way it is.
Right, but I'm not...
All you have to do is sexualize one of those kids in that kind of environment, and that kid will act out on 20 others.
Clay?
Yeah.
How old were you?
I was 4. 4 and
Having
5.
sex at 4, Adam, okay?
It kept on going until like I was 10.
It doesn't happen.
You had to wait
Does
another
not
20
happen
years.
without-
All right,
without-
hold on there, Drew. Stop projecting because
I'm
your
not
own family.
projecting.
Show Elise a picture of the kids. That's always good to get Drew off the track for
Yes,
a few
sire.
minutes.
Oh, let me see
Your
the
Highness,
kids.
I think, will be my new title. Aren't they gorgeous?
Oh,
Yes, Your Royal Highness.
All right, so Clay,
So anyway,
how old was your sister during this time?
she was about 7.
Mm-hmm. And do you think that somebody had gotten to her?
No, I don't think so.
An adult, perhaps?
No. An adult needn't have gotten to her. And one of the children could have abused her.
I see.
But somewhere in there, an adult entered into the mix and started this whole thing
certainly
going.
for a 6-year relationship. You were then...
No.
Hold on a second. Hey, Mike, shut
Do
Drew's
not
mic
turn-
off. Thank you. Clay?
Yeah.
You then had a sort of physical relationship with your sister for 6 years?
Well,
Shush
off
up.
and on, whenever my parents weren't around, I guess they trusted my sister with me, and the oral sex didn't really start till like I was 7 or 8.
Mm-hmm. All right, this is more than a one-time sort of chance experimental encounter here.
Right.
Brett. There
Okay.
you go. Okay, good.
The thing is that I always thought that I was smarter than my sister, and I kind of liked it, and I didn't know it was bad, or I knew it was bad, but...
Well, kids usually have very ambivalent feelings about these sorts of things, and they to the extent that you weren't getting your needs met by your parents in that kind of environment, you might have tried to get the unmet emotional needs satisfied through this relationship with your sister.
So did your sister perform oral sex on you, Clay?
Yeah, both ways.
Oh, boy. And that went on for many years.
Yeah, it stopped maybe when I was about 10. And
Well, you were 10. She was, what, 14 or?
13. Yeah, it stopped around then.
It's
Oh,
heavy
boy.
duty, Clay.
How's she doing now?
Oh, yeah, she's fine. She's married and has a kid. And
Drew, you want to go get that kid?
I just thought it would just remain hidden forever until I listened to your show a lot, and I realized I was probably abused.
Oh, you were?
Yeah, I think so. And
I don't know. I've had a lot of problems with relationships in the past.
Well, that's where it comes from.
I'm not a virgin, but I've never really had a girlfriend.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I really want.
Right. Yeah. I mean, kids' sexual sensibilities are very delicate when they're young. I don't know if sensibility is the right word, but they're very precarious. They can go either way. And if someone gets hold of them and starts screwing with them at a young age, it's going to have a pretty great effect on their future, especially as it pertains to relationships and sexuality and all that stuff. So anyway, Clay, you realize what happened.
Yeah.
And now you have to do a little work, therapeutically.
Right.
Sort it out.
I have a question about that, too. I'm not that financially well off, and I was wondering what kind of therapy I could get into where I wouldn't have to pay an arm and
You have any universities near you?
Yeah, I live in Boston.
All right, look, there are tons of the medical schools would have clinics of mental health services.
You get some 19-year-old with
they'll be prorated
on his
and/or
face.
free. No, they've got good very well supervised. Obviously, check out one of the schools nearby and see what they've got available. I'm sure there's tons of resources out there. Okay.
Good luck to you.
All right, Clay. Take care of yourself. Oh boy.
Wow.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. Never did anything with my sister. Although I wish one of her friends would have made a move at some point.
See, I didn't have any brothers for any of that stuff, so yeah.
They didn't?
Fortunately.
That is, I'll tell you, the siblings, Drew, and you got to watch this with your kids, that is your conduit to the outside sexual world. Especially your kids all being the same age and all. The little boy goes out, makes a friend, brings him home. You know what I'm talking about? That's how that happens. I had a sister, or have a sister, who's a year older than me, and I always was trying to sort of capitalize on that.
Yeah.
But that 1 year makes a pretty big difference, because when a chick is like 14, she won't be messing with a 13-year-old.
Yeah.
Especially her friend's kid brother.
Yeah,
right.
She wants some like 16-year-old who has his own El Camino or something.
Just got his driver's license, driving around. Yeah.
Right. I figure if your sister's a couple years younger than you, that's prime. That's prime real estate. All right.
But let's
What's that?
punch up this call. Let's hear what it is.
Which one?
Line 6.
Okay. Kim?
Yes.
You're 34. What's going on?
Well, my husband and I have talked for quite a while about adding a third person or maybe even a couple to our relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that the two of you tend to be pretty down on that.
Yeah, with couples. I mean, with people who are married.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Not in general. We're not. We don't go against the orgy per se. Do we? Like, especially in like the Roman sense.
I have no conceptual problem with these things. As a human reality, I have a problem with them.
With couples.
All of this. Just the human consequences.
5 drunk people end up in a hot tub somewhere. You don't mind if there's a little chain going on.
I don't mind any of this, but the human consequences are quite different than the concept.
Right. And there's no consequences when you never see any of the parties again.
Unless it's an HIV or something that you walk away with.
Okay, Drew. Always bringing the show down with your responsible notions. Ooh, little jigsaw, everybody.
Oh.
This song is going to have a whole new resurgence because of me. This is, 74?
Yes, you're
Engineer Mike? Let's just listen. 75. Elise, you into Jigsaw at all?
I have no idea what this is.
You don't know Sky High?
She hadn't been born yet.
I'm sorry.
How old are you?
I just turned 28.
That's old enough for the saw.
I just don't know what jigsaw is.
All right, let's just listen then. Yes, singing my lungs out, drunk at a Fat Burger on Ventura Boulevard about 2 in the morning. With this on the jukebox, everyone now. Everyone, come on. You've blown it all sky high. Come on, Elise, you know it's one. With me.
Mike, can you turn his mic off, please?
You'll be waiting all night for me to join in on that one.
Sky high.
Hi, this is Nev Campbell, and you're listening to Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Hey, hey, what do you know there? It's Loveline. Phone number, 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number, 310-854-4455. Elise Neal is here from Scream 2. She plays a chick who gets killed. And Nev's good buddy. What you're trying to describe hee-haw?
Yeah.
To who?
To this, who is that?
That's
your
Todd.
publicist?
Todd.
Yes, my publicist.
He couldn't remember what hee-haw was like. And
I couldn't remember hee-haw.
And trying to describe what hee-haw was very difficult. Well, just Roy Clark.
Bunch of racists play the banjo and tell bad jokes.
And
that's
a lot of sort of they'd have like a lot of models and stuff dressed up with
the mascot was a mule. And
Minnie Pearl,
and Roy Clark played the banjo.
What was the guitar player? Yeah, the red, white, blue guitar.
Man, that's going to be
Guitar
tough.
player.
I can see the guy,
yeah.
blonde hair, had kind of a schnoz on it.
Buck Owens.
Buck Owens. Yeah, was that Buck Owens?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, Engineer Mike. Look at him. He sits there like
with
a
knowledge.
dormant bear for 8 months at a time, and then
he is
pow!
stuffed with American
And
culture.
all of a sudden, Buck Owens.
He's stuffed with a lot of stuff. Yeah, Engineer Mike, everybody. All right, so there's Hee Haw. The Hee Haw twins were the hot ones. All those good-looking chicks wearing the cut-off, the little Daisy Dukes.
Daisy Dukes.
Oh, yeah. They were wearing them before Daisy was.
Now, I want to go back to Kim and what we were just talking about. I realized that, you know, we, on this program, you and I'll speak for us anyway. Now, you correct me if I'm wrong. We don't have a problem with anything people do as long as they don't hurt one another. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But I guess I have a problem with ignorance, and I have a problem with what people, the behaviors that people engage in without understanding the human consequences.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all I'm interested in pointing out. I don't care what if they want to do it, they're going to do it.
Right.
But I'm not going to judge somebody for it, but I expect people at least to listen when they hear the consequences. The human experience is far different than what the American culture tells them their behaviors are going to create.
Right. Like, I'll give you an example.
Well, the threesome thing is a perfect example, but you give me another example.
Well, I got to give you an example because that's the one we're talking about. Checkle.
Give me an example.
Can you believe this guy?
You know what?
I'm starting to feel paid the
I think I'm
same.
starting to feel better.
Comment.
All right. It's like if someone said they wanted to try heroin once, now you tell them not to do it. And the reason you tell them not to do it is because they're going to get hooked.
No, that doesn't, it's not accurate.
Just
enough.
shush and listen.
That's not true.
Listen, you know someone could do heroin once and with 99% be fine.
Yes.
It's not going to kill them. But you tell them not to because they're going to want to do heroin 3 days later, and then they're going to make a life out of it.
Possibly, but
and
in
so
situation,
you tell them, well, don't do it because you don't understand the repercussions.
But even that is not as predictable as, say, Kim's situation. We know what's going to happen to Kim's deal.
What's going to happen to Kim's deal?
Let's start Kim.
Kim?
Yes.
Okay. You think about trying heroin?
Hell no.
No, that was my example. All right, you want a threesome. How long have you been married?
For about 4 years.
And when did your husband bring this up first?
Well, I brought it up first.
Interesting.
And what happened to your first marriage? And stop pretending like you're right when you're wrong, Drew, with that. Interesting. I see.
No, I'm completely wrong.
That's right.
What happened to my first marriage?
Yeah.
Well...
Did she mention her first marriage?
No.
Yeah.
that
When you're
was
married...
a good guess.
Here's what I say. Hold on a second. When you get married at age 30 and you want to look into a threesome, it means you've had a failed marriage,
Multiple
engagement. What happened? Yeah, because you had to screw those up.
Yeah. That's right. No, that's correct. And
That's
then
true.
she's about to screw this one up.
Go ahead.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not like she's sitting home reading the Bible until 29 and a half and then decide to tie the knot. All right, so what screwed up the first marriage?
Well, that was a financial thing, the fact that we were real young when we got married, and...
Did he become a little abusive?
No, not at all. He's a good guy. We have an 8-year-old daughter who's delightful, and she loves her dad.
Why'd you break up?
Well, like I said, we were really young, and I went through some depression and a lot of postpartum things that weren't identified at the time, and rather than learning how to deal with it, I figured it was just easier to walk away from it. Little did I know.
What did you walk away from?
Oh, I just walked away from the marriage.
Yeah, but you were the one that was depressed. Wasn't he walking away from you?
No, he was really trying to keep it together, and
Rather than deal with it,
keep
I
it together.
walked away from it. Do you understand that logic?
I know a lot of people like that.
No, but she's saying she had a biological depression, and walking away from the marriage cured her biological depression. That doesn't make sense
and
to
then
me.
there were a lot of financial issues, too.
Like what?
Well, I had to go back to work after the baby was only about 4 weeks old because my husband didn't have a full-time job. He was a student. So the house payments and the car payments and the debt were all mine. I mean, so if I didn't go back to work, then...
All right, so do you have any more kids from your new marriage?
Well, yeah, I have a 5-year-old stepson. My husband has custody of his son, and then we have a 2.5-year-old daughter.
That's a lot of kids.
Yes, it is.
You're going to have to
and what was your
hide them all in one room when the prostitute comes by.
No.
What was your upbringing like?
I was raised in a Christian home. My grandfather was a Methodist minister, and
smell molestation.
No.
Nothing? Well,
no.
Tossed him right out of the church.
Well, no.
Well, I mean, I knew at an early age, I think I was probably 17 or 18, that I liked girls almost as much as I liked boys.
Why did you become lesbian?
Well, it wasn't a choice of be a lesbian or be heterosexual. It was I like both.
All right. Well, hold on a second here, Drew. Let's not dig through her attic for too long here.
But now here's the deal, is that whether you like one or like both, when you commit yourself to a relationship, you commit yourself to a relationship. You don't start bringing in more people. And what she's saying is she needs to act out these lesbian impulses because she can't contain them. She needs that chaos, needs that ambivalence acted out. And there's something wrong there. Something happened to make that necessary. To create the distance from intimacy that requires another person, a particular female.
How long did your first relationship last?
We were married for almost 5 years.
And you're at the 4-year mark here.
Well, we've been together actually about 7 years.
I smell a little sabotage coming on.
Right. That's the point.
This is right at your threshold here, Kim.
This is where you start being unable to tolerate the closeness and the intimacy.
Well, we've talked about this for several years. We just have never really acted on it. It's not like, oh, heck, we have to do this, or
right.
The marriage is going to fall apart.
I'm just saying,
it's fine.
I think you're sniffing around for a little sabotage, whether you know it or not.
Right.
Do you understand? You bring a woman, you have a sexual experience with a woman and your husband, the next thing you know, you're starting to lean a little more toward women.
Or you're furious with your husband for having enjoyed the experience or something.
There's something, listen, Kim, you got too many kids to be acting like one. Ooh, that's a good one.
Absolutely correct.
Hey, you should write that one down.
That sounded pretty good.
You're 34 years old. Like it or not, you have 3 or 4 mouths running around now to feed. And your time of sowing your oats, finding yourself, and experimenting are long since gone. Sorry. If you're 34 and you're single and you didn't have a family and you're talking about wanting to go out and have a little lesbian fun, I'd be I'd probably give you $10 to buy her for the first round of drinks. But now you got a family, Kim, and you can't be screwing around acting like a kid anymore. That's it. Here's the deal. It may not screw up your relationship, but it may.
But it probably will.
And you don't do it.
There's something going on already.
It's like you have your kid vaccinated.
But I mean, it's already something up. And
I know.
She's acting it out right on schedule.
That's right.
And I hope, the problem is I'm just hoping that it doesn't come out in some other way.
Right. Stop having kids, number one, if you don't want to be in a relationship. And number two, don't look at this as you being horny for women. Look at it as you wanting to get the relationship off balance.
To the intimacy, what this all becomes, all these sorts of behaviors. I did a lot of thinking about this over the weekend, and it becomes about regaining control over the going and coming of people that you love. That this stuff was out of your control when you were a child, and you felt powerless and destroyed when people you loved and depended on let you down in some way or abandoned you. And now in your adult life, as these people start coming in, you need to control it again because it's getting a little too close. And it means maybe pushing it away or destroying it or doing something to it that's back in your control again. And that's exactly what you don't want to do right now.
True, with the gavel-type fist on the console. All right, any of that make sense to you, Elise?
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. I mean, I didn't know all the details, but now that he's brought it all out in the open, it makes sense to me.
Here's the beauty of this show.
What?
And people in general. Don't need any details. Believe me. She's 34. I knew she was married before. Yeah. The reason I asked how long the last marriage lasted is because I knew it was right about the time that she's looking for on this one. The relationship almost made it 5 years. She's at the 4-year.
And here she goes.
And here she goes.
You guys are really smart.
Well,
no, people are just really easy to read.
People are stupid.
Really?
It's not that we're smart.
We like to think we're so hard to read.
No, everyone's the same. That's the one thing I figured out from this show. Everybody but me. All right. Hey, there you go. It's Loveline, everybody. Elise Neal is here.
Hello.
You know her from Scream 2, which was biggest grossing movie of December ever. And you know, I imagine it's sort of like when they say this guy's the highest paid athlete ever. That just has to keep going up. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, if Babe Ruth got like $54 a game or something in 1912,
yeah,
and now you got guys making over $100 million for like an 8-year or 6-year contract or something. But right. I imagine that this is something that's just going to keep going up with the. I wonder if they have any kind of scale, which I don't think they do, but it'd be interesting.
You mean an inflationary scale or something?
Not only inflationary, where, you know, tickets are $8 now and they used to be $2 or $3 or whatever, but also screens, how many screens it's on or whatever. Yeah. And then you take Scream 2 and you compare it to It's a Wonderful Life or, Gone with the Wind or something like that and see how it worked out. Anyway, not something I'm interested in.
Not at all.
All right, so Scream 2 doing extraordinarily well, and like I said, hey, if you make a movie like Titanic's coming out, I want to see that, but if it's $200 million and it makes $30 million the first week, BFD, I say. If you have a movie cost $25 million and it makes more than the original price tag the first weekend, you're doing all right.
Doing just fine.
Are they talking about a Scream 3?
They've been talking about a Scream 3 since we did Scream 2 in June.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, they definitely want to do a sequel.
Anybody left surviving?
Sequel. What?
Did anybody survive Scream 2?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Lots of people do.
Yeah, but not you. You're dead.
Not me.
You come back as your twin.
Something like that, maybe.
Yeah,
I think they purposely
what'd they do?
Possibly. I'll just leave it.
Left the ending a little open, or
we'll just leave my death.
They didn't show you being cremated.
No, they didn't burn my ashes.
Right. This is the beauty of TV. As a matter of fact, I should say movies, but I was just thinking of TV, which was they've totally just forgot about the whole initial purpose of doing, let's say, TV and movies, which is a sort of the actors playing roles and you becoming familiar with the roles and not necessarily the actors. Now a movie comes out, hey, Schwarzenegger's in this one.
Yeah.
And you go, hey, let's go see Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Now, Schwarzenegger's playing Jack McVie, a tough Chicago DA with a thick Austrian accent. But you don't care. It's Schwarzenegger. Right. You know, I was watching TV the other day, and I think that there's a new series, or it's been out for about a year and a half or something, with Don Johnson's new series.
Nash Bridges,
right? He plays a cop who, coincidentally, Drew, I know...
Plays by his own rules.
Plays by his own rules. Who would have guessed? You never would have... Drew, how did you know? You must have seen that show.
Clairvoyant.
Wow. A cop playing by his own rules, and he gets to drive a cool car. Never seen a cop
with
in a
pastel
decent car.
colors.
Right, so Don Johnson and Cheech Marin are in this. Mm-hmm. And in the promo of the show I'm watching before, this thing comes on at like 10 o'clock on Friday. I'm watching 2020 or, well, I don't know. I'm watching that TGI Friday. I'm watching all those Sabrina shows. Mm-hmm. They say, hey, coming up next, catch Don and Cheech. Mm. And I'm thinking to myself, hey, you a-holes, this guy's playing a cop. His name's not Don. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Are we at such a point where we're just naming the actors' names and you just forget about it?
Yes, we are. I mean, it's all very political when it comes to that kind of thing. It's all about, you know, the familiarity of a person like Don Johnson or Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Our whole sort of culture of fame now has gone beyond
that. When I was watching Barnaby Jones growing up, it wasn't, hey, Buddy Epson's coming up next, playing an old guy. Yeah. He really lives in Beverly Hills. The show's supposed to take place in Chicago, but it's really the back lot of Universal. Listen, stop saying the actor's name, you idiots. I don't want to see another billboard with a big picture of Schwarzenegger saying Schwarzenegger before the goddamn movie.
Yeah,
I don't like
Clark
that.
Gable used to be like that.
He did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Gable in this. Gable in that.
Yeah.
Don't agree with Drew just because he's a smart one.
Okay.
People know it's a higher percentage. Lou.
Yo.
You're 24.
Yeah, quick question. I was wondering what condyloma was.
Warts.
Okay. And, because my girlfriend was diagnosed with it. And
so you've been having unprotected sex?
Yep.
So you've got it too? Even though you may not see them, you've got them.
No, I think I do see him.
Okay, well, then you really got them. But for a guy, it is not of any serious concern, certainly. Here, it can be controlled. There's multiple ways that the warts can be removed. It's a good idea to get them taken care of, in that they can spread, and you're somewhat more contagious when there's actually a wart present. And there's some new data that came out that showed that for people who have anal cancer, all of them had condyloma. So it seems to be a risk factor. If the warts get back there, a risk factor for anal cancer.
Oh, my teeth hurt. Hold on a second, Drew. How prevalent is anal cancer?
I don't know the data. I think it's like 1 per 100,000. Pretty rare.
Oh, boy. And, let's see, how would you get warts in your anus, Drew?
Somebody touches back there with some wart instrument, warty instrument, or they spread back there.
Oh,
they can spread around a lot.
Ooh, yeah, I do a lot of poking and prodding. I'm like my hand's like a little bee. I pollinate here and move over there.
That is more than we need. Yeah, neither of us need to hear this. Yeah.
I was watching the Discovery Channel earlier today, and I just thought I'd work in the whole pollination thing. All right, so Lou?
Yeah, so what can I do? How can I get rid of them?
Go see a dermatologist or your general doctor. There's actually a cream now that can be applied that works pretty nicely on them. So, and they can be burned off or liquid nitrogened off, various other ways.
Now, who would do that?
Dermatologist is probably the best place to go.
Dermatologist looking at a lot of penis?
Yes.
Oh, boy.
When I did dermatology rotation, I was really surprised how frequently that you were called upon to do that.
Really? Yeah, that's rough. See, I would. That's not a urologist?
Urologist might. Dermatologist, that's really their area. Really is.
But if you're a woman, you'd go to a gynecologist,
Correct.
right?
That's correct. It's not skin anymore in there.
No, it's milky goodness. It's nougat is what it is. All right, I'm sorry, Elise.
You
I'm
should
sorry I had to hear
you
that.
should extremely be sorry.
Oh, you're just being chased around with a cleaver. Come on, that nothing scares you. Scott, you're 40.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I was wondering, I got a couple questions for Dr. Drew, basically. First of all, I think both of you guys have great centers and hearts. I like to see that nowadays. But I was wondering if sex being a good aerobic exercise, how do you go about the cool down after 20 minutes of a fast heart rate?
NFL primetime on ESPN. That's my cool down ritual.
Yeah. Just I don't think it's a reliable exercise. It's not. It's certainly.
No, it is. You don't see fat porn stars.
But it's because they're in front of a camera, not because they're so busy.
No, there's two things.
Then why do they probably go to the gym all day, right?
No. Well, yeah, but there are two things that porn stars have, the male porn stars at least. They got big, knotty forearms. That's because you're having to support your entire body's weight just via your forearms for, 20 minutes, a half hour at a time. You know what I'm saying, Drew?
Popeye.
And number two, they always have the nice abdomen region because that's from that, that action. So those are the two things.
Well, let me go back to my point, and that is that you should be conditioning yourself other ways, and this should be just another activity that you include in your day.
Yeah, unless you're doing it so much that it takes the place of that.
No, it can't.
Oh,
really,
yeah.
No, it really
what
can't.
are you talking about?
It really can't.
You're not doing it
I
right.
get sex on a regular basis, and I still go to the gym.
You do?
Enough.
Yeah, but just to get away from that horny guy. You're not actually working out. You're just hiding out, right?
But it is.
Well, as a woman, it's no workout. You just have to fake an orgasm.
Here's the thing about conditioning.
Yeah, okay.
Conditioning needs to be a activity that's done for a specified period of time, but that is done with increasing intensity and whatnot.
Yeah.
That's happening.
No, but
Listen, here's the deal. Here's what Drew's saying. You get on a.
I understand what he's saying.
You get on a schedule, and it's hard to get on a schedule sexually. But I say, if you're having I'm trying to look at the word, very physical sex 3 days a week.
You're not going to find athletes who condition that way. You're not going to find bodybuilders that condition that way. It's not going to happen.
This guy's not trying out for the Olympics. He just wants to work the gut off. That's all. I'm saying if you're having good porn-style sex 3-4 times a week and it's very consistent, I'd say that would take the place. What the hell's walking? Come on, Drew. People walking around the block. What kind of exercise is that? Drew, I'm telling you.
That's not conditioning exercise. That's exercise to help with the cardiovascular stability.
All right, but he's not entering a bodybuilding competition.
It's an aerobic exercise.
Certainly it is. Please.
It is not.
Drew, it's just been so long you can't remember. Not for you, though, at least. But as a woman, you're not on the not on the working end of sex.
That is not true.
No, yeah, the man has to do all the work.
That is not true.
It isn't?
No, it's not in my relationship.
Oh, really?
No.
That's very fascinating. Well, yes, there's certainly positions that a woman can get herself into that requires a little expenditure of energy. But normally, I think it's the guys working harder.
If you say so.
All right.
I feel sorry for you.
All right. I don't want to demonstrate it. I know you have your sensibilities. I don't want to offend you.
Yes, please be very careful.
And I'm a big sweater, too. That's how I know I'm working. I sweat enough for two of us. All right.
From forehead.
From forehead. I'll just wipe that down, make a nice stinging sound on the buttocks as I slap it a little bit. All right, Elise. We'll be back. What's going on with the pager there, Drew? Drew, please move the chair from under the damn console, please. Thank you. I know you think I'm bizarre for making that request. Does it every night. Elise Neal is here from Scream 2. Dr. Drew's left the building. He's off to return a page. For those of you who don't think Drew's a real doctor. All right, our guest is Elise Neal from Scream 2, the biggest box office grossingest movieist of December. In December's history. Drew, everything all right?
Yeah.
All right, you back? And already knocking stuff off the console. Phone number for Loveline, 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number 310-854-4455. I have a little fax here from Eric, who claims to be a big fan of the show. Adam, I'd like to bid in for a friend of mine and I to come watch you fart on the head of that girl from Tucson. I would put up $100 for both of us to watch. When is this going to be? I am going to follow up on this. Elise, I know, please do not cast any dispersions or judgments upon me. Just aspersions? Huh?
Let's get the dictionary.
Hey, go get the dictionary. Do not cast any S or dispersions upon me just yet. I'll have to explain this story.
Okay.
A young lady called from Tucson about a week ago. Mm-hmm. She said that her boyfriend was against her putting naked pictures of herself up on the internet. Somebody had approached her. She worked at a restaurant. She was only 19. Somebody approached her, wanted to pay her $500. Drew, what's going on back there? It's very difficult to get the staff involved with the show, I know.
Jumping jack. Dictionary, we have a dictionary?
What is that?
Thesaurus.
Oh, it's a thesaurus? All right. Go get the dictionary, Drew. Drew, you can go get it. We don't need you.
I'll look and see what's up.
Okay, so the point is, I'm sorry, Elise.
That's okay.
They're gonna pay her $500, and she's gonna pose naked
on the internet.
On the internet, and she didn't like this because
aspersion, slam, slur.
Aspersion.
Yeah.
How do you spell it? A-S?
Yeah.
What'd I say? Dispersion?
Dispersion.
Oh, okay. Thank you for that, Drew. Now, no more talking. All right, so she didn't really want to do it, but she wanted the $500. I was trying to make a point to her of, not everything is worth $500. Exactly. You have your dignity.
Exactly.
Would you let me come over here and fart on your head for $500? And then I thought, hey, this is a good idea. The woman needs $500.
Thank you.
She doesn't want to be seen naked on the internet, and the sting from my ass will wear off long before these pictures of the internet, pictures of her naked, I should say, rolling around the internet. Well, you see?
Yeah.
So what we're going to do, because I don't want to pay for the $500, I'm going to put in, what'd I say, $75, Drew?
I can't remember now.
Yeah. You'll put you down for $25. Engineer Mike, Sherry, Lisa, and Ann will all come together to put in like $50 combined. And then the other the other $350 will have to be raised by listeners who come and watch. And I was working out
and watch.
Yeah. And we'll sell bids. It's like a prom bid or something like that. I was talking to Drew about my diet because I want to be able to perform. Drew suggested a lot of spicy food and that sort of stuff, but I said that the fruit and fiber was my bread and butter, as it were. So, Drew?
Yeah.
Are there any foods known that cause this?
Yeah, but it depends on the individual.
Right.
I mean,
but your average...
The average person, spicy food's your average person.
Really? That's you, though, Drew.
No, it's your average person, but fruit...
I think you're projecting.
No.
Yeah. You think fruit's good?
Fruit and raw vegetables sometimes, some people.
What about the fiber? That's
Sometimes.
my thing. A little wheat germ, grape nuts, and the golden raisins. And then I wash it down with coffee. And I put a little milk in there, too, because I think I may have a little lactose intolerance. And it really is it's a witch's
Maybe you
brew
should,
down
watch Scream 2 or something before it comes
Yes, really scare the crap out of me. That's a brilliant segue there, too.
Oh, wow.
All right. Frederick. You're 14.
Yes.
So anyway, we're going to do this when we come back from vacation early January.
Mm-hmm.
Frederick?
Yes.
What's going on?
Dr. Drew, Adam, you're both really cool. I love you both.
Thank you.
First, I got a question for Dr. Drew,
Yeah.
and then I've got a question for Adam.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, Dr. Drew, do you know anything about ginseng?
Very little.
Okay, well, a long time ago, one of my friends was trying to set me up with this girl, and I had been having problems getting sleep. And when I didn't get sleep, I started to act really weird. Well, the night before, I'd gotten like 11 hours of sleep, and I was all pumped and ready to go. And then I had some ginseng to try it because my father suggested it, and I was acting like a complete and total retard when I went out with this girl.
I wouldn't blame the ginseng.
That could have been your normal mode, Frederick.
I don't know. It's never been like that before. I'd sit there, we'd finish talking, and we'd be in complete silence, and then I'd fall on the ground laughing, because I don't know why.
All right, so you want to blame this? You think it may be because of the ginseng?
Yeah.
Well, no.
Okay, well, I'm asking.
Okay. Well, it affects different people different ways. One, I've taken ginseng probably 20 times and promptly took a nap. One time, Richard Blade from K-Rock was down in Vegas for Kevin's bachelor party, and I needed a little pepping up. It was getting kind of late, and he gave me some, and I really felt it. But I can't tell you why you feel certain things in certain times. There's certain times
What do you feel like? It's sped up?
Yeah. There's certain times you have a cup of coffee and you really feel wired, and there's other times you have a cup of coffee and you don't feel a damn thing.
But is it that quality of sped up, like a caffeine speedy?
Yeah.
Maybe there's caffeine in it.
Well, there's
people complex all kinds of weird stuff. Put ephedra in, all kinds of stuff. Maybe
apparently there's alcohol in a lot of it too.
Maybe there was something else in there.
Yeah.
It may have not just been.
All right, but maybe he doesn't agree with you, so you should just stay away from it. And by the way, you're 14. You don't need ginseng.
Right, that's true.
You got to be able to rally at 14.
Okay.
Please.
My other question.
Yes.
All the time I hear you two complaining about, like, older guys going out with younger girls.
We're not complaining.
We're more whining.
We're just, again, this is the human consequence theory.
That's complaining. He's right.
Just recently, I started going out with a 16-year-old, and I wanted to know what you think of that.
Seems fine.
That's fine with us.
Okay.
14 and 16 is fine, especially when the 14-year-old is hopped up on ginseng Frederick. That's fine. You know what I mean? Hate to do the double standard here, but there's a little bit
here. It's a 9th grader and 11th grader. That's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. I don't know what's up with her, but it's fine.
Maybe he's really special.
I think so. She could have something wrong with her, too, but somebody special. The point is when a 16-year-old guy goes out with a 14-year-old girl, it's all right, but it's a little bit... I wouldn't really want my 14-year-old girl going out with a 16-year-old. I don't think
I'd have that'd be very carefully supervised.
I don't think it's inherently wrong, but it's 16. You're in your genital region's a little different gear than it is at 14.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Especially as a guy.
Yep.
Now, a 16-year-old girl going out with a 14-year-old guy, I wouldn't mind quite as much. Maybe that's sexist. Maybe there's a double standard there. I don't know. I just tend to think there could be more trouble with the 16-year-old guy.
You just know what guys think about.
Right. Elise, when did you start dating?
I started dating when I was about 15.
Did you go out with any older guys?
No.
You went out with guys your own
Guys
age?
my own age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you want to go out with older guys?
Not really. Not
Really?
No.
Wow, that's healthy.
No.
And some guy had a mustache and a car didn't excite
No,
you?
I had a car, so it was.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I had a car when I was 16.
Wow.
Yeah.
What were you driving?
So my mother's old Buick.
Really?
Yeah.
But she gave it to you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, she got a new car for herself.
Wow.
Yeah.
She loved you.
Yeah, she
That's
still
a good
does.
mom. Yeah. That's a good woman.
I was the youngest.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And she still gave you the car?
Yeah. Perks.
Wow. What about your older brothers and sisters?
I have 2 older sisters.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How old are they?
Well, one's 32.
Don't tell him.
Don't tell him?
Well,
He's
Elise
fishing?
is quite attractive, and I just
Yeah, I
couldn't
know
see your
Oh, I
sisters
get it.
10 miles a bad road. I mean, they come from the same mom, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So they're pretty cute.
Yeah, they're very cute.
Mm-hmm. They in the business?
No.
That's good. I don't like that.
Okay.
I mean, you know.
You got to travel really far to get at my sisters, but anyway, one lives in Mobile, Alabama, and the other lives in Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah, that's a little out there. So they never came out and went the Hollywood route like you did.
No.
Not interested, huh?
Not. It was a big stretch for me to be interested. I mean, nobody from Memphis really has dreams of being a movie star. It's not too many of us Memphians that become stars for a lot of kids to say, hey, you know, I want to be a movie star too.
Memphians.
Yes, that's the term.
Really?
Memphites.
Memphians.
That sounds like something you have to remove with a mustache comb. Oh, yeah, you got to use that special shampoo to get rid of those Memphisites. All right, but you chase your dreams and look at you.
See what happens?
You got killed in Scream 2.
Yeah, you never know.
Biggest grossing movie of December ever.
Hey, Adam, it's Susan's birthday today.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
And she's, what, 30? That's your wife?
Around there.
Ooh. Well, should I wish her a happy birthday?
Yes.
Hey, could she call me back about that stupid cruise I called her for, like,
It means she doesn't have
3
anything
days
to offer
ago?
you, I imagine.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, I figure.
Yeah.
I haven't talked to her about it.
It's payback time. You know, my problem, what I do with Drew's wife is, Drew's wife's a bit of a travel agent, as well as being an international model and mother of 3. Mm-hmm. And I go ahead and, like, I make fun of her on the radio and on the TV and all that kind of stuff.
She takes it very seriously, too.
And she takes it very seriously, right. But then once every, 6 months, I call, and I want her to do me a favor. And then
and then you're wondering why she's not
I'm
calling
really
you
indignant
back.
when she doesn't call me back and offer to help me out.
You guys need to have another one of your little talks.
Me and your wife?
Yeah.
Really? Is she going that direction again?
Yeah.
Why? I haven't said anything recently.
Yeah.
I have?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, you just said something about, I got a little phone call just a minute ago.
Ooh, what the? Oh,
that's her birthday.
Oh, that was your mom. Your mom. Oh, that was a little Freudian. That was your wife paging you?
Yeah.
She's listening to the show right now.
Concerned about your references to our lack of physical.
Oh, please. Well, now the cat's out of the bag. I was just kidding before. Well, why couldn't you just use my penis? All right, please. All right, Susan, come on.
You guys have a talk.
Yeah, but could you stop her from listening to the radio, please?
I doubt. No, she's bought one of these little radio. It's the size of a dime.
Oh, you're killing me.
But just have a look. She takes your channeling, as Bobcat calls it, as something serious. I don't even hear it anymore.
Yeah,
That's
you don't take offense to anything.
I don't hear it. It's all like background noise to me.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I didn't say anything bad about his wife. I just said he wasn't having the right kind of sex to burn sufficient calories to make it an aerobic exercise.
We're fine. The only problem is the show. Think about it.
All right. So what do you want me to say to her? That wouldn't be right.
Happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Susan. You know?
Yeah, that was so sincere.
Well, you know, I love her like a sister. I really do. When are we coming up
the way
with
you treat your sister.
Yeah, so a little happy birthday to Drew's wife. I don't know how old she is, but I 30, 31. Tops. I could not imagine her being any older than that. Or she's had just some major cosmetic surgery done. Has she had major work done, Drew?
No.
Because she looks spectacular. I saw her less than a week ago, and I'll tell you, if I didn't respect Drew so much, I'll tell you, I'd be all over that. I really would.
Just be careful.
Okay. Well, she's a good woman. And a good mother. All right, now shut the radio, Susan, please. I can't think straight.
Oh, my goodness.
I already got my own family to worry about.
Cook my turkey.
No, you're not going
Yeah,
anywhere. Please, you're not going anywhere.
Yeah, I'm getting
Vonda.
Hi.
You're 27. Elise tells us before the show starts, I don't know if I'm going to be here the whole time. I got to start cooking.
It's almost like Alexandra and her jogging.
Yeah, this is
At
probably
least
worse.
she's telling us face to face, though.
Right, Alexandra Paul from Baywatch.
Oh, yeah.
She couldn't make the show once because she said she had to get up early and jog, which we took as a
Well, you know she is like a triathlete.
Oh yeah,
we know that.
We know that. We had her in here last night actually and got all into it. But Elise got to go home to cook.
That's right.
That's the sorriest excuse I've ever heard.
I wish it weren't true.
Oh, you don't have to. You're not cooking tonight.
You don't believe me?
No, you're not.
Oh, that's
Please. When is
pathetic.
Christmas? When is it?
Thursday.
Thursday. What
Yes.
day is it?
Today.
Monday?
No, by
Oh,
the time I get home, it's Tuesday morning.
oh, please. You're not going to be cooking at 4 in the morning 3 days before
To
Christmas.
get somebody on the phone. I did the same thing for Thanksgiving.
It's going to be the jerky people are going to be
No,
eating.
absolutely not.
What are you gonna be
let me tell
cooking
what
when
I
you
do.
get home?
I put it all together, right?
Mm-hmm.
Before I go to sleep, I put it in the oven,
Right.
and it cooks while I'm sleeping. And
For
I wake
3
up.
days it cooks?
No, overnight.
I know, but tonight's Monday night.
Exactly. And
This is
think
her
of
dessert
how
first.
wonderful I would be having it all done before Thursday, because that is the plan.
Yeah, but what if you went to a Denny's and the guy said, "Hey, we cooked your
We're not
omelet 3 days
we're
ago.
not talking about
We're
Denny's.
waiting for you."
We're not talking about Denny's.
She's making cranberry sauce.
What are you making?
I'm making a 12-pound turkey. I'm making dressing. I'm making yams. I'm making green bean casserole,
Really?
and maybe some other side dish. And I'm making banana pudding from scratch.
Ooh, can I come by?
I need to get started.
Can I come
tonight.
by?
No,
No,
you
you're not.
cannot come.
You're not getting started
Oh,
tonight.
okay.
Please.
Don't blame me.
What could you do?
She's going to...
Do I need to say it again?
You
What are
said
you
you're
gonna
going to put
start
turkey
cooking?
in the
Turkey.
oven tonight. You can't do that tonight.
Sure I can. While I'm sleeping, it's going to cook. When I wake up, it's done. I've done it before.
All right.
cook
And then
it
what's
very
it do for
slowly.
2 days?
But it stays in the refrigerator.
Oh, please.
You don't believe
I've never heard such malarkey in my life.
Get out of
That is
town.
the worst
But
idea I've ever heard in my
everybody,
life.
like you know, cooks on Thanksgiving Day.
You cook it that
No,
day. Of
that's
course you
not
do.
true. Yes.
This is fascinating
And when do you
radio,
start
you guys.
cooking for Easter? Like February? Please. I've never heard such
No
nonsense.
comment, man.
Vonda.
Hi.
Man telling a woman how to cook.
What's
That's
going on,
pathetic.
Vonda?
Yeah, I need some advice, I guess.
Yeah.
I have a couple of really serious health problems, and I don't know, I have a problem when I'm starting like a new relationship or trying to get a relationship started of telling the other person about them. Not a lot of people know how sick I am, except like my family.
What's going on?
I've had ulcerative colitis since I was 12,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm starting to have some liver problems that are secondary to it. I was just in the hospital a couple of weeks ago.
Biliary
I really got
disease?
infection that turned, and it went to sepsis,
Oh,
and
boy.
it was really scary. But I guess the reason I have a problem, I don't like to tell. I mean, it's not the best way to start off, on the right foot. Tell somebody,
Yeah.
By the way, I,
yeah. And-
have
and-
these really serious problems, and I've had people in the past kind of, if I do open up and tell them how sick I am, they're just like, well, you just shouldn't let yourself be so sick.
You don't have primary biliary cirrhosis or anything like that?
I do have sclerosing cholangitis, yes.
Oh, boy.
Well, what is all this, Drew?
Well,
I figured that's
This is what you're going to get if you eat that turkey over to Lisa's house. That's
it's basically an autoimmune attack on the liver and, to some extent, on the biliary system.
What's the biliary system?
Bile ducts in the liver.
Oh.
And it's the cholangitis that made her caused the infection last week and that made her so sick. But the ulcerative colitis is her sort of ongoing chronic.
But how would this affect you, like in a relationship?
It's abdominal pain,
Well,
it's weight loss, it's bloody diarrhea, and
there's a lot of
it's
symptoms,
nasty medications too. And that certainly could affect her mood and her ability to be active. And certainly, if somebody were having sexual relations, do you have any fistulas or anything like that? You're
I've
not-
had polyps removed.
But you're not a fistula-form or anything like that.
No.
It's not like Crohn's with.
No, it's not Crohn's. It's ulcerative
you said.
colitis, definitely.
And they're going to keep your colon.
It's not looking good right now.
Yeah.
I've had the disease has stopped responding to the steroidal medication,
Yeah.
and it's not being able to be treated. And I take Imuran and a lot of other things,
Yeah.
and they're just not doing it.
Are they thinking about doing a colectomy?
It's been mentioned, and I don't know.
And that can be, they probably would build something for her called a Koch's pouch, which is where stuff kind of gets emptied out of her.
Oh, boy. Oh, that is a bitch.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, so
you just sort of go through life and you don't you take certain functions for granted, and boy, this is a biggie.
Yeah, but
That's a
sooner or
bitch.
later you got to explain to people why on a 3-hour date you're gone 6 times to go to the restroom. And it's embarrassing.
Yeah, I think you wait until you are connected to the person. Until the person...
Yeah, but how do you do it? On the first date, you keep excusing yourself.
I feel like I'm lying to them if I don't tell them, if I'm not honest with people, you know?
How do they react? They don't know what it... They don't know...
They can't, they just don't understand.
They don't know what it is, yeah, so it doesn't
They
really...
go, well, I just don't let myself get sick like that. And it's like, well, like, I didn't...
All right, well, get rid of those people immediately. Here's the situation. And here's my take, I think, on just about all relationships with people that have some difficulty, whether it be confined to a wheelchair or whatever it is. It really weeds out the genuine people. You're not, most people have 20 relationships in their life, and 19 of them are horrible. This, you'll have 2, and only one of them will be horrible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, you don't get to go out and do the things that normal people do. You don't get to go on all these dates and do that.
She can. She's not disabled by this.
Yeah,
it's
I know,
but between disease.
It's a limiter to some degree, but it weeds out the guys. You tell a guy about this and he handles it correctly, he's in there for the long haul and he's serious.
And also he's somebody of substance. He's not so narcissistically preoccupied to believe that he wouldn't be involved with somebody with a medical condition or that he couldn't get one himself.
How do you get this?
It's one of those things. It's an autoimmune disease.
Oh, boy. All right, Drew, you want to sell the hell out of the next call?
Let's hear. Let's hear from her. We got time for that.
We're going back to her?
No. Let's go to line 6.
Oh, okay. Oh, let's see. Aaron.
Hi.
Hey, you're 17.
Yeah, I was just wondering if you could give me some advice in a relationship that I'm in right now. We've been dating for about almost 3 months, and I was just wondering how I could perhaps get him to be just a little bit more aggressive on the physical side. And I don't mean aggressive like bad aggressive. I just mean aggressive like my God give me anything kind of aggressive.
He's withholding.
Yes.
How old is he?
He's just about a year older than me.
How long have you been together?
Only about 3 months.
I think he's scared. I don't think, Elise, what do you think? You think he's had any experience?
Maybe
he has.
Oh, he has?
Oh, yeah.
And he doesn't even kiss you?
Well, no, he kisses me, but it's like, I would expect, I think.
You expect it to go a little further?
Well, yeah.
How do you know he's had experience?
We have a mutual friend, and I know through her, and I also know from him.
See, here's my experience. When a young guy with a young girl is not sort of moving along physically, it's usually because the guy's a little nervous, a little apprehensive, and scared that he's not going to be able to sort of take it to the next level. It's not usually because the guy's not attracted to them or because the guy thinks that she thinks that he doesn't want to, blah, 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 blah. Most guys get in a relationship, an 18-year-old with a 17-year-old, and the guy just sort of keeps moving along until the woman stops him.
Have you asked him, Aaron, what's up?
Well, no, I've tried to mention it, but then, as of late,
You need to bring it up.
Well, what'd she do?
Bring it up.
How'd you do that, Elise?
Wow, that's a toughie because you don't want to say something.
To bring up. I don't.
Yeah, you don't want to say something that's going to put him off even further. Yeah.
So you're not. There's no such thing for a guy.
Really? No, I don't believe that one.
I don't think.
I don't know. See, Drew, I don't think you're being realistic.
I think that if the guy is scared, giving him an opportunity to let him know that she's interested in that will reduce his anxieties.
Right.
While if the guy is not interested, she's going to find that out by talking.
I'll get to the bottom of this. Aaron, have you been with other guys?
I have had fairly serious relationships with other people. It's never been anything incredibly physical, which, I tend to have this problem quite frequently in the people. I don't know if they're like...
So you're a virgin. Are you a virgin?
Yes, I am.
This is interesting. Now, she's having it, has had this before, which could mean that she's doing something. What do you think that is, Drew? Now I'm a little perplexed. Maybe, Drew's right. We got to talk to him, Aaron.
Well, but okay, then can I ask you how you can tactfully bring this up?
That's why they call me Silk. Actually, no one calls me Silk.
I didn't think that would be
something. No, not a guy's talking about masturbation and fistulas and stuff like that. It's not going to get the name Silk. No. What do they call me, Drew? That's why they call me A-hole. That's right. All right, Aaron, listen. I will take my... Elise, you see the Crown Royal sack?
Yeah.
I will slip the Crown Royal sack like a condom over the end of the microphone, and that will filter out all the rough and abrasive edges of Adam Carolla. And it will be silky smooth, Aaron. So we'll put you on hold. I think we have a guest screener tonight. Hey, Jerry. Yeah, okay. Oh, for Christ's sake. Does anyone take this show seriously, Drew?
I don't think so.
People either need a raise or they got to get fired. I can't figure out which one. All right, talk to Aaron off the air. Get this guy's phone number. We'll call him, and we'll work it all out. And at least you stay one more break, right?
Sure.
Then you go home.
Okay, good.
All right. Hey, what do you know there? It's Loveline. The Galloping Gourmet. Elise Neal is here from Scream 2.
Yeah, look what's in her bag.
What is in her bag?
I'm getting
celebration food, yeah. Oh, I'll tell you.
Martha Stewart.
There's nothing better than that whole yam, cranberry, turkey, stuffing wiggle that goes on this time of year. And those idiots.
Pie.
Oh, and pie. Oh, God, love the pie. Those people, there's nothing worse than going to someone's house and they're like, we poached some salmon and we have some hibiscus dressing. I was like, oh, you idiot. God damn, what do you think, I'm eating turkey all year long?
Yeah.
Just the one time. It's not as if we're just ate turkey nonstop the whole year and now you're breaking up the rut I was in. I want the turkey.
Oh, yeah.
I want the stuffing. I want the potatoes. I don't like it when people screw around. People try to get cute.
Yeah, try to make it a little different.
No, don't do that.
Making it a little different.
Adhere to the rules.
Yeah, but making it traditional.
Don't screw around. Yeah, I don't mind you putting a little lemon peel in with the cranberry sauce or something.
Okay.
That stuff's fine. Or you want to put,
a little something extra, but not the whole.
Well, what you do is
he wants turkey.
You take the initial frame of, or the staple of turkey and stuffing and potatoes, and then go ahead and ground a nutmeg on it or something. I don't care, but don't be screwing around with fish.
Hey, you guys, did you get Aaron's boyfriend on the phone? They didn't know about it.
Oh, okay.
Line 6, get her boyfriend on the phone.
We'll get the Drew. Drew, she just came in here and said that you are so silky smooth. All right, you didn't hear. So let me ask you this though.
Yes.
Here's my test.
Okay.
You do a lot of cooking.
Yes.
When you do this holiday cooking, how do you do the cranberries?
How do I do the cranberries?
Yes,
the cranberry sauce. I open it up out of the can.
Oh, please! The humanity.
Oh, I don't care about the cranberry sauce. That's like. Oh, I'm sorry.
What about your guest? Huh? Do you think they care? Yes,
I don't think
of course
they care about the cranberry sauce as long as some kind of cranberry sauce is there.
Your job is a host and a chef is not to try to guess what they do care and don't care about.
No, they eat what I prepare.
This woman
my house.
She starts cooking 2 weeks in advance for Thanksgiving and then opens a can.
That's right, baby.
Oh, the humanity. This is just what I'm trying to stomp out in America. Make the cranberry sauce.
Why?
For me.
It's not as important as the rest of the meal.
But you're cooking 2 days in advance.
Yeah.
You couldn't start in on the cranberries?
I don't care about
Why do you need to save time on the cranberries? You have all this time.
It's not that
it doesn't
the
matter.
funny thing is that people make these masterpieces and then they open a can of
this
cranberries.
Is a prime example.
The way that tastes. I don't like. Okay, tell you, I don't like the cranberry
You are
sauce.
black, white trash.
No.
Yes.
Okay.
You hear that?
Maybe I am. I'm from Memphis, and I am black, so I might be. But I don't like the cranberry sauce with the big old cranberry chunks in it. I don't like that.
Oh, the humanity. You don't, but everybody else is cursing you who shows up at your house.
No, that's not true.
Listen, here's what you do.
They're like, hey, Elise, did you open up a can of that cranberry sauce? I'm like, oh, yeah, I did. It's in the refrigerator.
Oh, yeah, because they know they don't want to embarrass you. Believe me, they're talking about it when they on the ride home.
No,
Absolutely.
I don't
That is the entire flight back to Memphis. They spent talking about you and your cranberry sauce and how you've changed. What happened to the little girl? I once knew. Didn't know from a can opener back when she lived in Tennessee.
Oh, well.
Now she's dating a can opener.
Things change, baby.
All right, listen, would you do this for me, please?
Yes.
Just please.
What?
When you go to the store to get all these fixings.
They're already at the house.
Okay, but you're going to go to the store at some point.
Okay.
You know you're going to need something.
I'll work with you on this one.
Buy a sack of cranberries. They just come in a sack. They're whole berries.
Yeah, I've seen it.
A little thing on the back. You put them in a saucepan, put a little sugar in there, put a lid on it, put about a half cup of water in it. In about 10 minutes, you got fresh cranberry sauce
and
to
it's
go.
all chunky. I don't like that.
You like the
I
jelly?
like the smooth, put it in my mouth, and it just...
Oh, boy, there's no saving Elise.
That's what I like.
Oh, boy.
But maybe you could have both for your guests.
Yeah, what about for the guests?
All
Think of
right.
the guests.
How
Is it all
this?
about you?
No, it's not. I'll ask the guests which one they prefer, and if they say they like the ones with the chunks, I'll make it.
Oh, please. No one's going to ask you to get up.
What?
You're eating.
She means tomorrow.
Oh, you're going to get on the phone with
Yeah,
them?
we still got a couple of days. That's why you start early.
All right, but when you ask them,
Yeah.
don't make them feel like idiots for piping
I'm
up.
not. I'm not.
Okay,
Just
just
ask.
put it out there.
Yeah, I will.
Richard,
Yes, hello.
opening a can of cranberries. I knew it. 18.
Yes.
Now, you've been on hold for 97 minutes. God bless you. At least could have opened 3 cases of cranberries in the time you've been on hold with a butter knife. All right, Richard.
I like your show. I've been listening to it for almost as long as it's been on. I think you're way better than Howard Stern is.
Well, thank you. You know, they have canned yams, too. You may want to look into that.
No, I don't want to look into it.
Oh,
I
I
have
got that
two
processed turkey. Comes in a
What's
nice
up, Richard?
package. You just rip it right open.
Go ahead.
My first question is how I can meet somebody, because I moved to this small town outside of, like, nowhere.
How small?
It's, like, real small. You can drive through it in half an hour.
How many people live there?
Not very many.
How many people live there?
About maybe 500.
Boy, Richard really knows how to weave a tale. Then he brings it all to life. You just close your eyes. You can see the town. How many? Not a
And
lot.
I've been here since April, and I can't really meet very many people.
Are you in high school?
I've been looking for someone to go out with.
Are you in high school?
No, I go to a Votech that's down here taking electrical wiring.
And there's nobody.
Very smart.
Nobody you can hook up with there at school.
No, you're going to meet at vocational
I don't
school.
know, I don't know.
Listen, there's no good-looking woman who's going to
You're
be
gonna have to
working
go to town.
vocational school.
What's
You
the
get one
nearest town?
angry lesbian who wants to be a
Inverness.
plumber. That's it. What?
The town that we live in is Inverness.
Oh, that's nice. Where's that?
I don't know. He's going to have to go to a town, though.
Wait, Inverness,
The
that's
city.
up north, right? That's
No, it's down in Florida.
Oh, there's another Inverness.
I don't know.
There's one in San Francisco, isn't there?
I guess.
Please, can I get a witness here? There's one up north.
You're never wrong, so there must be.
So what are your suggestions on meeting people?
That you find a community where there are young people, and
First, you got to act happy to be alive. Nobody wants to go out with the Grim Reaper.
Okay, people say I have a good attitude and that I look good, so
They say you look good?
yeah.
Okay, that's good. And they
So
say,
I know that those reasons aren't reasons why I can't find anybody down here.
Right. Well, as Drew said, what is the closest neighboring town to you? Inverness? A big
That's where we
town.
live.
One we've heard of. Is there something nearby that's...
Tampa.
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 There's something. All right. How far's Tampa?
About 2 hours.
Oh, that's a long way to drive drunk.
A lot of
Really
people
is. You're
have
gonna have to
long
sleep
distance
there.
relationships.
Yeah.
It's not even that long distance.
You may have to go to Tampa and bag yourself a woman, Richard.
Okay.
Yeah.
And my
Because
second question
it's simple math. I grew up in L.A. and it wasn't a big enough town for me to get laid.
What's your other question?
My second question is, I've heard that many people have told me that you don't need somebody in order to be happy, but I feel like I need somebody there in order for myself to be happy. And I was wondering whether that's like...
Richard, where's the system failed you?
Yeah.
What's going on? Where are your folks, Richard?
They're in the next city.
You're not living with them. You're on your own?
Yes, sir.
How do you support yourself?
I do work around the city and stuff like that.
What? You living in like a halfway house?
No, I live in my own place.
You got your own pad?
Yes.
And you make enough money to, pay the rent and pay for your car and all that
I
stuff?
don't have a car.
Oh, I see.
That's another problem.
Yeah, 2 hours out of town. Is that on foot then? Because that may only be 5 minutes away in a car.
No.
No. All right. So listen, Richard, the pickings will be slim for you for a little while. I will predict that. I think if you equate being with a woman with being happy, you're going to be miserable for a little while.
Okay.
So let's not do that. You need to find yourself some friends.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Anything that'll help?
Yeah. And get some of them French fried potatoes.
With the mustard.
With the
Yeah,
mustard.
there's a whole bunch of those type people around here.
I'm fixing to go to Elise's house. And she gonna make me some dry turkey. And put some mustard on it. Mm-hmm. She gonna open a can of cranberries. Mm-hmm.
Because I don't like the way it go down with the big old pieces of cranberry.
You gotta learn to chew, Mama. You gotta use those big teeth.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of those country people around.
What are you?
Hey, I'm a country person.
Yeah, nothing wrong with country people except for their white, black trash. I think I coined a new phrase. I like that. You get to tack two races with one statement. This is genius. All right, Richard.
Okay, thanks.
You find yourself some friends, and you can all hang out and complain together.
Okay.
All right, drinking a knee-high.
Be like every other guy.
Yeah, I'd be like every other guy. Listen, I never got any women at 18. All right, Mike, it's not effing hoedown. Would you turn that thing down? Please. All right, where were we?
Did we have another break coming?
Yeah, I think we're right about it. Yeah, see, the show flies.
It's fabulous.
I think it's our dynamic, that sort of love-hate chemistry we have. And there's a sexual tension here going on.
I think it's the hate chemistry.
The sexual tension is I'm real horny for Elise, and then she's not horny for me. I think that's where the tension.
Tension, man.
That could be the sexual
You
tension.
think that's
right
what it
there.
is?
Yeah, definitely.
All right. All right. We'll go to break. We'll come back. And where are you going?
I'm
You're leaving?
Yeah.
No. All right. Gotta sharpen that can opener. Better polish that thing up. Oil it up.
Just for you.
It's got to be working when the time comes.
When I open it, I'm going to think of you now.
All right, Elise Neal, Scream 2, thank you very much for coming down.
You're welcome.
We do appreciate it. I'm much success in
Thank you.
Scream 3 or whatever other endeavor awaits you in your acting career.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Bye.
Or 5'2".
Right.
You're like that much uglier.
Yeah.
And I don't, these models that are, 6'1" and 105 pounds, not into that. I like someone with a little curve, a little shorter. That makes my penis look bigger. You know my policy, Drew. It really does. Think about that for a minute. I know you think I'm kidding, but think about that.
I know you're very serious when it comes to your penis, so it's...
Yeah, I'm looking for every edge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Make sure the lighting's just right.
Oh, yeah. Little makeup?
Yeah, that's right. I'll use a little eyeliner to give us some definition.
Oh, yeah.
That's good, Drew. I like that. Got to work on that.
Just don't use any putty.
All right, I'll keep it to a minimum. Skylar,
Yeah?
you're 14.
Hi.
You've been on hold for 112 minutes.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, first thing I want to say is I think that you guys both kick so much ass. Adam, you are so funny.
Oh, thanks.
Oh my god, I'm a long-time listener, first-time caller.
Where are you calling from?
Huh?
Where are you calling from?
Culver City?
Culver City. Right here.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm right down the street from you guys.
Oh, you ought to come see us.
Yeah, God, I wish. I'll come tomorrow night, though.
All right.
Well, I met a guy almost a year ago at a party, and we really hit it off. I mean, we're like really good friends now. And a couple weeks ago, he told me that he liked me. And he's like, so, you like me too? And I didn't give him a straight answer. But things have been fine for a while after that. And now he stopped calling me, and when I call him, he usually makes up excuses why he can't talk to me. He's like, oh, my mom's calling me.
Mm-hmm. How old is he?
He's 14, too.
And things have been going fine. What does that mean?
Well, I mean, we've been talking great. I mean, we're the best of friends now.
How long has that been going on for?
That's been going on for, almost a year now. He called me a couple weeks after the party, and we've had, a great phone conversation ever since.
A friendship ever since.
Yeah, great friendship, yeah.
Maybe he has a girlfriend now.
I don't know. He probably would have told me, though.
I would think that more...
You're not interested that way.
But maybe he really was, but she kept it at the friend level, and he figured, oh, well, now I got a girlfriend.
I don't know.
Well, see, I am... See, the problem is that I think I am kind of interested in him. I'm kind of scared, though, because...
Now it's only that he's gone that you're interested in him, really. If you managed to keep him as a friend for a year, I think it's Skylar that wasn't into it.
Well, I still like him, kind of.
All right, but here's the question we need answered. Was there some point where you're pretty sure he liked you, but you just wanted to keep him as a friend?
I I think so, probably.
You do. You know he liked you.
Yeah, I mean, I could kind of tell just, the hints and stuff he was giving me.
Uh-huh. But you sort of pushed him away.
Well, I didn't I played around with him and stuff.
Pushed him into friend category, though.
Well, she played around with him physically, though.
Well, no, not like that.
Oh, not like that?
Like, on the phone, we would, pretend, oh, yeah, we'll see you next weekend and stuff like that. So, it wasn't, we played around like that. We flirted kind of on the phone, but it wasn't anything like, he didn't come out and say anything until, a couple weeks ago, and that it actually hit me like, whoa, oh my God.
What did he say a couple weeks ago?
He goes, well, we were talking about something, and then it was kind of quiet for a couple minutes, and he's like, oh, well, I kind of like you, and I was just silent. I couldn't believe it. It just hit me out of nowhere, and then he's like, so what do you think about that? And I'm like, wow, I can't, I don't get it.
See, and then when she didn't respond, he backed off.
Yeah.
Now he's humiliated, and he doesn't want to ever.
Hey, Skylar, what the hell are you thinking about?
What do you mean?
Well, you like the guy.
Well, yeah, but I'm kind of scared because, see, everybody tells me, oh, don't get involved with a friend because it'll just screw it up.
Uh-huh.
And,
Screw what up? Please.
Screw the friendship up.
Yeah, it's nothing.
And I'm really depressed now that I don't talk to him anymore. I don't know what's going on.
You got to call him up and tell him all this.
Well, I think, yeah.
And let him know that the reason you didn't respond is that you were afraid of losing him as a friend, and now that he's backed away, you really are depressed, you really miss him, and maybe there is an opportunity here for something more. Right?
Yeah. It's just amazing how, I'm thinking back, wondering how many relationships I squandered in the confusion, but...
she really is trying to figure it all out. Yeah,
I didn't
but
have any of those.
I think Skylar's just fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you're trying to feel figure herself out in a relationship.
Oh, boy, what a headache. Guy spills his guts, there's 10 minutes of silence, and then you come back with some, uncomfortable answer, but you really do like the guy? Please. Well, that's one thing I was never, there was no gray area. If I like somebody, and they ever told me that they liked me, just before they even got the entire sentence out, I was heading over to their house. Sarah.
Yeah.
You're 29.
Right.
What's going on there?
I'm in a new relationship. It's been about 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And my partner, this nice guy that I happen to work with also, he's having trouble in the erection area.
Mm-hmm. That'd be the groin? Oh, I see. Yeah.
Losing it.
Right.
We definitely need to have a condom involved because he had unprotected sex less than 3 months ago. So he doesn't even want to get an AIDS test at this point.
Okay.
We still have to wait the 6 months.
Well.
Yep. That's good. What is the performance problem here? What exactly is happening?
Well, he can't put a condom on.
Yeah.
That will make it go away.
Has he always had that problem?
No. He did at the very end of his last relationship.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't a marriage or something, was it?
No. Never been married.
How long does he keep his erection before it comes time to put the condom on?
Well, I think it goes away pretty much right when the condom comes out.
That's right at the beginning of everything. It's a few minutes into things.
Well, we might have, been in bed for a while, I guess.
One thing hold on a second. How confusing was that question?
Yeah.
Was it that confusing?
No. I think she was thinking how long during sex.
Oh, I see. Yeah. But I said before the condom.
I know.
Comes out.
I know what you meant. I'm sorry. People mistreat you so badly.
Boy, when I start my own kingdom.
Yes. There'll be none of this. Don't worry. Yeah.
All right, Sarah.
Quiet your
Here's what I'm asking.
Okay.
Your surf ship. When you fool around, if you have foreplay, does he have a good erection? Let's say you just had some foreplay for 20 minutes. Would he have the erection the entire time?
Yeah.
All right. So the penis will maintain its starch.
Mm-hmm.
It's just when the condom comes out, that's where the trouble comes in.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yes.
He's got to figure out a way to sneak that condom up on his penis.
Your condom loader.
My high-speed condom loader. The one that mounts on the nightstand. Keeping both hands free for manipulation.
Right.
Hands-free condom loader.
The Adam Carolla autograph series wall or nightstand mount, or door jamb mount. Comes with wood screws or toggle bolts, depending on whether you're going into plaster or plank.
Okay. You want my visa number?
Yeah, this is genius. Okay, this is all psychological, obviously, because he maintains that erection.
I think I need to mention one more thing.
Uh-oh.
He says that I'm the first person he's been in a relationship with for a long time that is really ready and happy and willing to be in a longer relationship. That he's been with all these women who are, for some reason, unable to commit or say, well, I'm really happy being single, those kinds of things.
Is he sort of freaking out about the relationship?
I think that might be it.
Yeah.
He says that's not it.
Well,
No,
whatever.
that's it.
It's those sorts of issues. He's anxious. He's nervous. This stuff bothering him.
The mind is willing, but the penis is weak. Yeah, his
But
penis...
penis, as dysfunctional as it is, never lies.
Boy, if we had some sort of facility to do those carts here, boy, that would really be exciting at this point of the show.
You're fat.
Hey, there you go. But, Mike, you can't make any more of those screw drops, can you? Oh, you're refusing to?
Why?
Is there equipment that would facilitate that, or is that still broken?
I'm just too damn busy.
Okay.
With Lycus and stuff, or with all those upcoming
Oh, he's just
best
tired.
ofs? The best ofs?
It's usually
No, I'm just too busy.
surfing the internet for pornography and that sort of stuff. All right.
Poor Mike. Yeah, we still owe Mike a dinner or a lunch or something.
Oh, we do?
That's why I'm not doing anymore.
Listen, he gets plenty
I've been
of
told
food
for
because
months
of
you're
us.
getting dinner
I
out of
know.
you two.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes.
We'll never.
We're
That'll
so
never
pathetic.
happen.
No, it's...
Get him like some McDonald's gift
No,
certificates
let's get
or
him
something.
some dinner for crying out loud. We're so pathetic. We don't even...
Well,
we have never seen...
you
we have not seen each other outside of work in a...
Hold on, Drew.
long
In
time.
what universe are you showing up an hour and a half early so me, you, and Dooley can go out and grab something to eat?
That wouldn't even do it.
That's never going to happen.
We have to take him out like on a
I'll tell you,
Saturday
no,
night.
forget that. Give me $20. I'll take Dooley out. I'll do it. Okay? And we'll have a good time, damn it.
We'll bring a picture of Drew.
And Dooley, I'm putting a $10 limit, too, on the feeding bucket, too.
How about the alcohol?
Oh, boy. Now we're talking some bucks. Drew, put in $20. I'll take him out.
I want to go too, though.
No, you don't want to go. You're not going. You'll never go. All right, let me just check with a person. You know, we get to do our own little show, like inside a show here, which is fun. Amber.
Yeah.
Okay. I got to go.
Oh.
I know we've been on hold for an hour, and I feel badly.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to put you on hold. Lisa, Sherry, take your number, and then we'll get back with you tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay?
Thanks.
All right. And Sarah?
Yeah.
Wait, didn't we already talk to you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, that's good enough. Enough out of you. Everyone else has been on hold for a short period of time, so we'll move on. We're taking Engineer Mike out as soon as Yamashiro. Did they advertise in the pennies here? Because I'm looking at a coupon. All right, that's it. Mark my words. 2 weeks for what? From Friday? After the TV show? If I got nothing else cooking, we are going to Yamashiro. No, we're going out. We're tying one on. And you know what, Dooley? You're sleeping over. Because I'm not going to have you drive back all the way to this hellhole. You're sleeping over at the Carolla pad. There's going to be cuddling and collegiate football on Saturday morning. I'll tell you that right now.
Fights.
That's